Jones Zijo's left shoulder was shattered, and there was only a layer of skin and flesh on his left arm, completely out of control. He could only hang on one side, and his expression at this time was even more horrified. He is the king of special forces. Very strong. Never encountered an opponent in the military. If it weren't for the price offered by the Wu family, how could he be willing to be someone else's bodyguard and a thug with his strength and arrogance? Jones Zijo has never tasted defeat for so many years, but he did not expect that he was just a face-to-face with Charlie, and his left arm was abolished. This Charlie's strength is too strong, right? Charlie looked at Jones Zijo with a look of horror, and sneered, "What? Afraid now?" Jones Zijo looked terrified, took a step back subconsciously, and questioned, "Who are you? Why do you have such strength?" Charlie said lightly, "Who am I? I am the person you shouldn't mess with within your life." Jones Zijo gritted his teeth and said to the 4 brothers around him, "Go together and kill him." The other 4 immediately rushed forward, and Jones Zijo joined them with a stubborn arm. The 5 immediately surrounded Charlie with a murderous look. However, their faces are extremely solemn. Just now Charlie did it, and even Jones Zijo couldn't make an effective defense. It can be seen that the opponent's skill is much better than them. Therefore, they can only hope that the 5 people can work together to beat Charlie. Charlie smiled coldly at this time, and said indifferently, "The chickens and dog." In the next moment, Charlie was like lightning, and he fought fiercely with the 5 people in an instant. However, Charlie's speed, strength, and explosive power are much stronger than them. Therefore, in front of him, these people have no power to parry. There was only a crackling sound, mixed with the screams of a few people, constantly resounding through the box. And these 5 people constantly feel that they are being hit hard. Some suddenly got a punch in the chest, and several ribs broke. Others, like Jones Zijo, accidentally broke their arms and became one-armed heroes. There was even worse. Charlie smashed his chin with a punch, and there was a pile of bones and rotten flesh attached to his lower lip. It looked so miserable. Jones Zijo didn't find any good end either. He suffered heavy blows in the abdomen, and his whole person was like a dead dog, sitting on the ground unable to move. At this time, he was completely frightened. Before today, he had never thought that someone would be so strong that he could crush him with a gentle hand. And now, after years of not encountering a rival, he finally understands the truth that there are mountains beyond the mountains and the heavens beyond the sky. Charlie's strength, for him, was already terrifying to the degree of abnormality. In front of him, he is the real ant. And Lu Guang and his son, who were still arrogant, looked shocked when they saw such a scene. Didn't they even dream that Jones Zijo was beaten into a dead dog in front of them after a few encounters? Not only him, but also his 4 subordinates have become 4 dead dogs who can only panic and pant. Charlie stepped heavily on Jones Zijo's chest and broke many of his ribs. He looked down at the terrified Jones Zijo. Watching the painful vomiting blood, coldly asked, "Come on, tell me, who is the real ant?" Jones Zijo was almost disabled at this time, and his whole body was in terrible pain. All courage and strength had been completely dissipated. He looked at Charlie desperately, thinking of those weak who had been killed by himself. Today, will he also follow the footsteps of those weak? Who were crushed and killed by master that he could not contend with? Thinking of this, Jones Zijo was terrified. His strength is indeed very strong, but it does not mean that he is not afraid of death. In contrast, the more he kills, the more he cherishes life. He wants to live comfortably, and lively. That's why he followed the Wu family and helped them to abuse. The enemy of the Wu family, he came to kill, and after the killing, he could exchange huge wealth from the Wu family. After the good days of the past few years, he feels that life is too good. So, let him die now, he can't accept it anyway. So, he cried and said to Charlie, "Mr. Wade, I did not know your excellency. I don't know you have such a powerful strength. I only ask you to think that I am only doing things for the Wu family and obeying the orders of the Wu family. On the basis of this, spare my life." Charlie said coldly, "Just because you are working for the Wu family, I think you are even more hateful." With that, Charlie stepped on his right shoulder and completely abolished his entire right arm. Jones Zijo wailed and cried, but Charlie said in disgust, "Others have real grudges against me. They come to kill me. I understand, but I have no grudges against you. You came to kill me for money, you said. Are you not more hateful than my enemy? Mr. Wade, sorry." Jones Zijo didn't expect that he wanted to defend himself with a few words, but he didn't intend to make Charlie even more upset. Now his shoulders have been shattered. From now on, these two arms are just like the two sleeves. They can only be slumped and moved back and forth with the body. It is no different from the waist.